دوستان سلام. امروز به شهر زیبای برلین اومدیم تا در قسمت 8 از سری برنامه فراساختار با آقای سورن ایشوستر نویسنده کتاب مسئول ارشد فلسفه دیدار داشته باشیم. لطفاً با ما همراه باشید.
And I know your name, 'cause everybody in here knows your name. You're not looking for anything right now, so I don't wanna come on strong. Don't get me wrong, your eyes are so intimidating. My heart is pounding, but it's just a conversation. No girl, I'm not wasted. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I want to. And I don't wanna steal your freedom, I don't wanna change your mind. I don't have to make you love me, I just wanna take your time. I don't wanna wreck your Friday, I ain't gonna waste my life. I don't have to take your heart, I just wanna take your time. And I know it starts with hello, and the next thing you know, you try to be nice, and some guy's getting too close, trying to pick you up, trying to get you to run. And I'm sure one of your friends is about to come over here, 'cause she's supposed to save you from random guys that talk too much and wanna stay too long. It's the same old song and dance, but I think you know it well. You could've rolled your eyes, told me to go to hell, could've walked away, but you're still here, and I'm still here. Come on, let's see where it goes. I don't wanna steal your freedom, I don't wanna change your mind. I don't have to make you love me, I just wanna take your time.
Hello everybody. Today we have the 8th session of Metastructure program, and today we invited Mr. Soren E. Schuster, the candidate of philosophy, doctorate of philosophy in Freiburg University, and the writer of the very interesting book called Chief Philosophy Officer. And thank you, Soren, for accepting our invitation and for your time, and it's a pleasure to have you here in this program.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Yeah, for me it's a real pleasure to talk about the book.
Thank you very much. And first of all, I would like to know more about you. Please tell us about yourself.
All right, yeah, so Sören Schuster is my name, and I engage with philosophical questions, especially regarding the economy and business. And so, yeah, as you already said, I'm a doctoral candidate at the University of Freiburg. I'm also a lecturer, and I also do some business consulting. And here in Berlin, I'm associated as a fellow at the Institut für Wirtschaftsgestaltung, and I think I will tell you more about the institute later and about my research interests.
Yeah, thank you very much. And would you please tell us about your book and your research group?
Yes, so maybe it's best to start with the research group, or with the Institut für Wirtschaftsgestaltung, because it is the context from which the book emerged out of. So the Institut für Wirtschaftsgestaltung had two sides for the last 20 years, and one side was a rather academic side. So it played a major role in introducing the economy as a topic to academic philosophy in Germany. And the other side is rather practical. So there are projects with companies, but there are many events, and very interesting events, where different people come together and talk about the economy from perspectives that are maybe sometimes unusual, but refreshing, I would say. So you have events with artists, with consultants, entrepreneurs, with philosophers. And that's the context of the book. And me and my colleague Georg Schäfer, we came across this phenomenon of the CPO a few years ago, and I'm not quite sure who it was who came across the CPO first, but we were both triggered, of course, because if you're interested in philosophy and in the economy, then something like the CPO is a good starting point for discussions, and that's why we did an event on the CPO, and that went quite well. And we had many interesting discussions, and so at some point I thought, why not take it a step further and just learn more about the CPO? And so the first idea of the book was to actually interview different CPOs, and I could not realize that because they were difficult to find. And a few years ago, it seems to be a bigger thing now. And I still have one CPO in the book with conversations. So Anil Saturam, who is the first CPO, he's one of the conversation partners. But I shifted my question from what is the CPO and more of a descriptive perspective to what could it be. And so the book is basically 8 interviews, 8 conversations with experts in this intersection. And that's it.
Sounds interesting. And I'd like to know how you got interested in this intersection of philosophy and business, because it's a very uncommon combination. And when you first realized such a role is new within the companies like CPO, how you felt about that and how you got interested in that?
Yes, so my interest for the intersection really goes back to even before my bachelor's. I think I wanted to understand things, and I wanted to learn more about how society works, and so I decided to study politics, philosophy, and economics, and somehow I really got drawn into this intersection of philosophy and economics, and that is what I've been doing for the past more than 10 years. And then a few years ago with the CPO as a phenomenon, it is just one of these things that appear within the intersection, and then you realize, okay, there might be potential for clarification. It might be a good idea, but is it really a good idea? And so you start, you're curious about it. What is going on there? Why are people bringing philosophers into companies? And so that's why I wanted to know more about it, and that's why I started the project.
Yeah, nice. And as I know, before the CPOs, there were some philosophers within the companies as consultants and also as in marketing departments, but it's quite new that a philosopher comes to a company as chief philosophy officer. I like to know what's the role description of a chief philosophy officer within a company.
All right, it is really a novelty, you could say, and the claim that there is a leadership role for philosophy in a company. I think that's the special thing. So it is not another resource that people use to do something, but there is, at least in the name, you find the claim that philosophy could play a leading role. And so if I talk about the role description, and if I talk about the book, it's a book with conversations, and so I do not want to give viewers the impression that these are all my nice ideas or whatever. So I will reference the conversation partners. Also, it might be helpful if someone wants to know more about something I say, then they can look it up in the chapter in the book or whatever. And so, regarding the role description, I think one interview is, they are all interesting, and it's 8 different takes on the chief philosophy officer. And the one I would portray in this regard would be the one with Wolf-Dieter Enkelmann. And he characterizes the CPO as the Wahrnehmer in German, so the perceiver. And wahrnehmen in German means taking something for true, perceiving something as true. And so there's already a hint. It is about truth in a way, and about perception. And the way Wolf-Dieter Enkelmann approaches it is through language. And that might sound like a minor thing, but if you think about language in corporate context, it is actually crucial. So our language shapes the way we perceive the world and shapes our paths that we have for acting and our possibilities for acting. And that is something that might be essential to the role description if we think about what the CPO could be, to think how to perceive the organization in the first place and how to develop a language that that benefits the development of the company. So that is something that is quite present in most interviews, actually. So, for example, with Luc de Brabander, a great interview, he says, the task of philosophers is to clarify in companies and to fight fuzzy definitions is what he says. So to see, like, if we have a strategy, is it really this term that we use, and what are the path dependencies of the connected rationalities of the terms we are using? So that is another reference in the book, but we also have, for example, Hans Rusinek, who says that the CPO could act as an agent of enlightenment, actually, and to deal with the myths that are hovering around organizations. Or Nika Wiedinger says, saying what is, it's again this perception, just not getting out of the regular way of interpreting things that are happening in organizations and having an extended view on what business could be. In which way we extend this view, of course, this really depends on the person you ask. And if you have 8 people who are interested in philosophy, you will get 8 different answers there. And yeah, but if you ask me about the role description, then I would say this might be the main point that is also kind of a red line that leads through the interviews.
Yeah, true. And when someone's hear about Chief Philosophy Officer, one thing that comes to mind is that companies are looking for more profit, and they want to get more profit out of their product, and philosophy is looking for truth, and it seems a kind of conflict between their purposes. How it can be a philosophy within a company that is looking for more profit?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and that's something I talked about with all my conversation partners. It is, and I think we have to go back to the theory of organization to actually understand this. So it is quite common to have this opposition. We have profit maximization and shareholder value maximization. That is the one side, and then we have most of the times it's ethics and it is values, and these are in conflict somehow. And usually business ethics is trying to either correct the profit maximization or to integrate it somehow. And yeah, this is the common way to approach it. Another way would be, and that is something that that is quite present in some interviews, to question whether institutions are these profit-driven monsters, let's call it like that, or if they have this bad nature, and to actually question that and not just assume it and then trying to correct it. And so it opens up the question of what an organization is and what an institution is. And there we have different ways of approaching this question. And so one way, for example, would be, that's something I'm doing some research on right now. If we go back to Aristotle, he had different natures and purposes of institutions. And so we do not have one general bad institution and then we have ways to correct it somehow. But institutions can differ and they have different purposes and different natures, but they have a good nature. And so the question would be how to find a language and perceive the good nature of a company, and then of course to see which are the transformation paths that lead us to the realization of this good nature.